Hey there, everybody. Jessica Carter here.
With Matt Carter.
And today we're going to be talking about The Masked Singer. Now, I know we're a little bit late with our reaction to this past episode, but we had a guest in town and we've been playing Exploding Kittens and time just got kind of away from us.
Good news, everyone. The kitty on The Masked Singer is okay. She did not explode. We're fine.
And I'm the reigning champion. Yeah.
Let's not talk about how I did. It's about the journey. It's not about the end result.
Listen, normally Matt clobbers me, so to actually have a win under my belt, that's something. But this is not about Exploding Kittens or the fact that I'm the champion.
Neither one of us are ultimately going to be the champion here. Let's be honest about this already. You've heard some of our guesses.
But today we're going to be talking about the past episode. We're going to be talking about who the taco was. We're going to be talking about some of our guesses as well as some of the more popular guesses that we've seen online. But before we get into that, if you do end up liking what we're talking about, know that we talk about Masked Singer every week. You can subscribe down below and ring that bell so that you can get some notifications. So We're going to kick off by talking about the taco. That's the big news. Who's the taco? Was anybody surprised?
I was not. I have been on the Tom Bergeron train for a while, mostly because I'm kind of on the Tom Bergeron train all the time in life anyway.
He really is. He loves him.
I was so happy when it was him, and it's not because I was right, it's just because I love him. He seems like just such a kind of joyous person to be around, and it seems like he had a lot of fun with this. I love the fact that he was willing to wear what may be the dumbest costume on the entire season of the show. I would be fine wearing many of these costumes. I don't know if I would have the guts to be the taco.
Yeah, it was actually a little bit surprising to me because he did mention in his package that he used to be a hothead, and so when I think about that, that's why I was like, oh, William Shatner, it's gotta be him. But then it was Tom, and like you said, I can't picture him being a hothead. He seems like such a nice guy all the time.
Maybe his hotheadness is really, oh, you said something bad about me, I'm going to write an email to your supervisor. Like, maybe that is his level of being a hothead.
That's your level of being a hothead. You've written a strongly worded letter to people like the Borderlands creators.
Yes.
Like, make your font bigger, just in case they're watching.
Yeah.
Please make your font bigger.
Give us Legally Blind people some love here, guys. Come on. Okay, well, no. Tom's actually also a surprisingly good singer. I mean, I'm not saying every performance the taco did was next level, but that Fly Me to the Moon was actually, like, legitimately good.
I agree, and it was fun.
Yeah, and so I didn't know Tom could sing. That was always my big hang-up, was sort of guessing him. Mm-hmm. The rest of the clues, a lot of them did make a certain degree of sense, but to me it was the way the taco talks. As someone who has watched, over 20 seasons of Dancing with the Stars, Tom has a cadence. He just has a way of kind of making, of the way he forms words and the way he uses puns.
He does. And I was just really happy to see him on something else besides Dancing with the Stars, because that's really what I know him for.
What did you think about the Bob Saget cameo after Bob Saget previously denied being on The Masked Singer?
Oh, Bob Saget, you troll. You were on The Masked Singer. You just weren't the taco. I loved that. I thought that was cool.
I'm guessing that Bob Saget is somewhere like trying to get off on a technicality here, because he's probably like, all I said was that I wasn't the taco. I didn't say I was hiding behind whatever that was. Wasn't it like a fountain or something while he talked?
Yeah, no, it's not technicality. He wasn't the taco. It's true, but sneaky.
Yeah, Bob, come on, be on the next season of The Masked Singer. I want to know what costume Bob Saget is gonna wear.
Maybe that bartender with the big dartboard for a face.
I think Bob Saget's
That was the best costume. I loved it.
I think Bob Saget's Masked Singer will probably need to be on a more adult-oriented network.
It's possible.
Yeah, that's kind of what I would think right now.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we have to get into everybody else who's a part of this.
So we'll start to get into some of our other guesses. So let's talk about the kitty. So the big person that's going around that everybody thinks it is. It's been all over social media. It's been all over our comment section. So if you've been in our comment section, you know who everybody thinks it is. Everybody thinks that this is Jackie Evancho.
Yeah, and I mean, I can hear it. I'm not gonna say that I've heard a lot of Jackie Evancho's music other than AGT the Champions in the past 2 or 3 years. Like, I mean, I certainly remember her when she was on America's Got Talent the first time, but she was, she was a pretty young kid at the time, and she was doing a lot more opera, and the kitty is not doing opera. So it's a little bit of a disguise. I do know that Jackie Evancho sews, and that is one of the clues that's been sort of thrown out there.
Yeah, even this last performance, it sounded a lot more country. So if this is Jackie and she's able to sing all these different things on top of opera, which is what I know her for as well, then that's pretty incredible. Very, very versatile.
The Jackie Evancho country album coming soon. No, but I mean, I always like to try at least here or there to zigzag from where people are sort of saying it is online. And, because I'm not, 100% sure here, I haven't been riding the Jackie Evancho train like I have the Tom Bergeron train. The things I was trying to really pay close attention to with the clue package this time were that the kitty, it seems as though she's still fairly young, because a lot of the experiences she's talking about are, here's a classmate of mine, here are things I'm doing in school, and if you are probably over 30 years old, the majority of your stories probably are not going to be about, oh, here's what I'm doing or was doing in school.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I'm still sticking with Maisie Williams. There's been too many hints dropped with Game of Thrones references and reinventing herself, and I know that she can sing like just amazing, so I'm still sticking with Maisie Williams, even though it's probably Jackie Evancho, because it seems that the majority is usually right.
I actually think Nick Cannon even kind of like subtly referenced the fact that the internet always wins in this episode.
It's true.
I mean, they know what this is going on at this point. There's no real escaping it.
No, it's easy to look up stuff, and everybody's kind of digging really deep into all the clues. I know Masked Singer has tried their best to bring in other people, disguise other voices, get them to talk a little bit less, everything that they can do, but it's just not working.
The person who I kind of had in my head a little bit was Victoria Justice, because I was sort of thinking, okay, I know Victoria Justice can sing. I know she's been a part of the industry for a good while, but she's still also fairly young. Yep. She would probably be of an age where she would still talk about high school a little bit. The thing that's always been kind of tricky about narrowing down these clues is if you are someone who is still fairly young and heavy in the entertainment business, there is a chance that you didn't even go to a traditional school, so maybe you don't have classmates. So I did some digging myself. Victoria Justice still had some sort of traditional schooling, so it could still be her, and some of the clues could make sense. I don't know how much she likes weird and creepy stuff like the kitty does. Yeah,
I mean, when I heard the Christina Ricci throw out, I was just kind of like, oh man, that does make a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does, and I mean, Christina Ricci has done a lot of creepy stuff. I don't really know what Christina Ricci is really up to at this point in her career, so maybe this could be an opportunity for her to do something a little bit different.
All right, so let's talk about the frog. So I'm still on the Bow Wow train. It is also the popular opinion that's online right now, but it's just, for me, there's no kind of getting around it. If it's not, they really want us to think that it's almost like what was happening with the taco, and everybody thought it was Tim Allen. They threw in every Tim Allen reference they could to make us think that it was him, and that is kind of happening here as well. But just kind of some of his mannerisms and the way he sort of talks and stuff like that, it feels like it's him.
And for me, I mean, I'm sure it probably is. I mean, I'm not saying I am a Bow Wow denier by any means, but I have been stuck on it being Sean Stockman from Boyz II Men for a while now, and I mean, there is no denying that the Frog is a really great rapper. We know that Bow Wow is a really great rapper. The thing that kind of gets me here or there is the Frog kind of has an old school vibe to him, and he's done a lot of older songs and kind of really leaned in that direction. And I looked up how old Bow Wow is, because he's no longer Lil Bow Wow. He's dropped the Lil from his name for a while now, but
yeah, because he's adult Bow Wow.
Yeah, adult Bow Wow he's still younger than me. I mean, I think he's 32, and so
okay, he's younger than you by 1 year.
Yeah, and I mean, look at my hairline. It's not exactly like I'm that young. So,
Okay,
I mean...
but those types of songs are songs that would have been kind of around when you're growing up, too.
Yeah, and I mean, with his growing up in particular, I mean, he was surrounded a lot by music. So, these could be songs that were kind of from a formative era of his. I'm just trying... I think one of the biggest reasons, beyond just trying to go against the grain, I'm trying to think about it being someone...
We like to do that here at the channel.
Like, beyond just the fact that I'd love to see someone from Boyz II Men on here because I love Boyz II Men.
That'd be awesome.
I think it's just also, it'd be kind of a nice little way to shake things up where, I think everyone in Boyz II Men has a pretty distinct voice, and I don't think you could go on there and sing normally that this would be them trying to throw people off, which... I would love to see at some point. I mean, this probably is Bow Wow, but if you are a really good singer who just so happens to also be able to rap and not many people know about it, I would totally come on The Masked Singer and do, like, all of these rap songs and no one would have any idea who I was for, like, the entirety of the show.
All right, so we're going to move on now to the banana. So I am also still stuck on it being Bret Michaels. However, online I have seen... mixes of, like, not everybody's on the Bret Michaels train. It feels like there's a lot of other guesses that are out there. But the thing that tipped me even more, I keep going deeper down the Bret Michaels hole here, is they had two little bananas, it felt like, that were kind of in the dark, like they were in witness protection. But I thought more like maybe protection because they're his kids and they're underage or something like that. And I looked it up, and Bret Michaels does have 2 kids, and one of them is 19, so not underage, but the other's 14. So I thought, maybe that could be the way that it is. So I'm still on the Bret Michaels train. It really sounds like him.
I don't think, I mean, Bret Michaels does have a little bit of a southern drawl when he sings. I will certainly give you that. And I like the fact that there seems to be at least some divided opinion here. Yeah. It's certainly more fun than everyone just being like, oh, it's this person, and screaming it from a rooftop. And, I mean, I said the Jeff Gordon guess, I think, last week, and it really felt like the Masked Singer was somehow able, maybe they're watching this video and creating their packages in real time, because I feel like they really leaned hard into the race car driver route on this past Clue package, because they had the go-karts, they had sort of the racetrack stands, they had all that sort of stuff happening. I mean, they went with trying to be like, oh, it's a blue-collar person. I love how Nicole, she's like 3 weeks behind me and guessing that it's Brad Paisley. But
I heard that and I was like, oh man, somebody else thinks it's Brad Paisley. That's amazing.
I'm out on it big Brad Paisley, just because I feel like Brad Paisley, at a certain extent, he would have to just come out and own it. Because be more of a legitimate country singer than the Banana has been. Yeah. But Jeff Gordon also has a couple kids. I did look that up, and the real part of it that kind of makes this very mysterious to me is the Banana talked a little bit about recently losing his father, and that was sort of this emotional moment, and I really wasn't able to sort of figure that out one way or another for sure with Jeff Gordon. And I mean, because you're probably talking about someone here who is not a celebrity, there may not be that many headlines around them, so I think we have at least a little bit of a mystery there. But let me ask you this, though. Do you think that the right person was sent out? Do you think the Banana should have been sent out instead of the Taco?
No. The Taco was the right person to go. Sorry, Tom. The Taco was the right person to go. I think that Tom is a really good singer, but I enjoyed the performances more from the Banana. I like the voice better of the Banana. I think Tom's got to get back to doing other stuff right now.
Tom doesn't have to do Dancing with the Stars until like September. He can hang around.
It's true, but I don't think that's really all he's going to be doing. He's got to go get ready for some other stuff.
I've got to pull out the Exploding Kittens cards here and play a Nope card on you in this very moment, because no, Tom Bergeron still should be on The Masked Singer.
That's just because you love him.
That may be because I love him, but also, the Banana forgot like half of the words to one of his songs. I feel like at a certain point that should matter to a certain extent.
Listen, that was last week. Now it's this week. Banana got back on track. He's all right. Come on, Banana.
I also feel like Tom's getting some good dance moves practice in right now, because that way he doesn't shame himself in the way that he did the one time he actually did dance on Dancing with the Stars, and it was really, really bad. So that all kind of happened. I wish Tom was still there. It's okay. We got to see him while he was around.
Dancing with the Stars, it'll be back, I'm sure. So we'll see him then.
All right, well, we'll wrap this video up, but let's hear from you guys. What did you think about this past episode of The Masked Singer? Give us all your thoughts on these performances in the comments below. And if you did enjoy this video, give us a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to support us more, check the link in the description to the store, and we'll see you here next time.